So today we're going to be going over the SBCs once more. We've got a few decent ones coming, and in the next week we are going to have so many with the winter wildcard sort of countdown. We seem to be getting quite a lot of different upgrades, gamble SBCs, evolutions, which is going to have a massive impact on some of these. So let's jump straight in with them. We'll start with the icons first, as they tend to be normally more of the more expensive SBCs you can do.
So if you're looking for coins, head to the description of the video, have a look at U7, click go to site, and you'll be transported straight to the coin page for FC25. There is plenty of mounts, and we know full well that U7 are the cheapest, safest, reliablest coins that you can get out there. Once selected your product, click buy, and you'll also be given a newcomer an extra bonus per time. Then obviously head over to the discount, type in JT11 for your discount code, and you'll be able to get that lovely 6% off every single time. And there is also massive creators that are on screen that are also affiliated with U7 Buy. And if that's not enough to convince you, there is lots of different reviews that you can go on Trustpilot and have a look for yourselves. Safe, reliable, and fast.
So if we go over to Footbin, we can have a look at which ones are left. I believe there is only one gone so far from the very start of the game, and that is going to be Zanetti. To be honest, not really a love loss there. We've still got Varane for 10 days. We've got Xabi Alonso for 29 hours. We have Cruyff for 6 days. Desai for 9. Raul, Buffon, Baggio, the new Butra, and the new Socrates. Now, obviously, Socrates coming in at 450. He is one that I want to get into massively, but just to go through some of the old ones, if you are a returning viewer from this, you probably know where they are, so I'm not necessarily going to kind of stall your time with this. Varane is still in the bin. Xabi Alonso would be there as well. I would kind of say with Desai also, very good player with Desai, but personally, the amount of centre-backs we've got, you could easily just go with a Virgil and go with a Saliba. You could go with an Evo Militao now. You could go with an Evo Rudiger if you really wanted to. There's so many centre-backs that are not going to cost you 743,000 coins. And that's literally all it comes down to. The amount of cost you've got on that SBC, for me, just isn't worth it. And to be honest, Raul could join him now as well. I think with Socrates coming out at nearly half the price, you've got 740 versus 450. I think Socrates definitely blows him out of the water again. Even though Raul, very good card, I would definitely be looking at the base at the minimum. Now, we have got Buffon here. You might have already completed him. Like, to be honest, in terms of value, I don't think he's terrible. He is due to come out in the Winter Wildcard, in Team 2 that is, so obviously this Friday. We are not, I don't think anybody's said if he's a goalkeeper or if he's out of position yet. I can imagine he might be a goalkeeper, so whether you want to kind of go for that risk if you've not finished him yet as an SBC. But to be honest, I think he's decent value regardless, because you've still got to actually pack the Winter Wildcard version when that does come out if he is a goalkeeper. So that's not going to be easy by any stretch still. Might be easier than trying to get an R9, but we still can't kind of go with that as easier than just completed a 272,000 SBC. We still then have Baggio coming in at 350. I think that's fantastic value in my opinion. I don't think that's a terrible one that you can go for in the cam. The only thing I think with Baggio is technical isn't my sort of playstyle plus, but he still can be worked in and around the box really, really well. And hopefully with a double playstyle pluses coming, whether we could get one added to him at some point, not anytime soon, but no upgrade, but just a playstyle plus as a double, that could be quite an interesting one as well. And with the Evos, that's looking more and more possible. We then have the two brand new ones. We have Butra, who we know is a very good card. He's got technical again, so if you want to run it and try it, then obviously it's possible with him. He's still always going to be a brilliant card to use. But there's definitely better out there right now at the moment. He's just a phenomenal striker. But when we look at a Eusebio, a Drogba, a Dalglish, they always have that upper hand with their Playstyle Plus at this moment in time. Now, he is 89 rated, so there is a very good chance that he could get an upgrade for a double Playstyle Plus at some point, more so than maybe a 92 or anybody in the 90s. But we're still only speculating with that one. And then Socrates, I think, is fantastic value. I've seen him a hell of a lot over this weekend. He is very cheap at 450 for such a good Brazilian striker. You obviously then have got the power shot, fantastic. Good pace upgrade. Obviously, he's got some nice shooting and passing already. A little bit more on the dribbling. Coming in with a 96 composure. 6'4" with a 5'4". I mean, that for me is a brilliant, brilliant striker if you are struggling. Cruyff. Now, you've got 6 days left for him, so I would like to think if you're going to start him, you might have already started him by now. I still think he is very good. He's slowly becoming less the one I personally would go for. I would still go his decent value for what he is, but if you've definitely not started him yet, I don't know if I'd say he's a must complete for right now. I think if you've already got him going, then definitely complete him. Don't waste half of the fodder on him. Like, get him done because he is a very good card. But we are now starting to see a lot more cards come out. And as he's been out for quite some time now, I think it's been over like 20 days, I'd say. I think he had about 30 days in him from the very start. He's already been out 20 days. That is enough to sometimes just take an SBC and just throw it in the bin already. We've seen that with a lot of cards already. So then that leaves us with the normal players. Now, we're going to rack through quite a few of these pretty quickly. Some of them haven't got much time left. Obviously, there's going to be 2 pages. We can kind of have a look at the Ligue 1 player. We've obviously got Vinny and Saka both going in 6 days as well. Well, 4 days and 6 days because Cruyff, Saka and Vinny all came out within the same weekend, it seemed. So you've got a lot of pretty standard players. I think Avia is still here at 29. You've obviously got Keane coming in at 50. Even Carragher's still there. We've obviously got Lucas. And we have had quite a few of Evos that have helped with playstyle pluses. Now, when it comes to the left wing and potentially right wing as well, we've had this upgrade, the attacking avalanche, that apparently we're getting a right-sided 1-4, regardless, because some players can play both. For instance, someone like Yamal can play both positions, left wing and right wing. He could still go in there. And also then, because we have got the, the acrobatic star, which adds a left wing position, that is going to basically put anybody that can go into that into this one as well, making a 91 rated left wing. Meaning if you spent 1,000 points, if you put 250k into it, you could get a 91 rated left wing, which is definitely leaving a lot of people very hard done by. Like, don't get me wrong, Vinny's still fantastic, and there's going to be some players that could be near the level, but it's going to put a lot of players near that level now, and it may not take some people over it, but it is very interesting to see the difference, because obviously you're spending a fair whack on Vinny, and when we look at the popular, we got Nico Williams. Rafinha's a very good option for the right hand side. You've obviously got Gordon, Rashford, Endrick, even Enquiries if you really wanted to. Yamal obviously puts himself in there as well. So you're already then going, well, should I now complete Vinny at this point? Now, Vinny's still absolutely incredible in game. He's one of the better left wings that you could physically get. His gold card is still 469,000. I believe there's only 2 gold cards now, over 100k currently, Mbappe and Vinny. There would be no reason why Vinny would be under 100k if he wasn't that good already. So yes, you are paying a bit of a premium for the 91, but like I said with Cruyff, he's been out 20 days. Like, you should have already had a good 10 to 15 days with him if you have decided to do him already, because we have had some very good fodder weeks and fodder weekends as well. So that's already kind of like a point that if you've not finished him, maybe you could miss out on him now, to be honest. And I think if you've not finished him, then I would possibly say don't really start him. Go and do the attack and avalanche, because he's going to get another one. He'll get something that is available to upgrade to. And more than likely, we just get another player that goes in there as well. So I think when we look at the Saka and the Vinny now, I put them as good value for what they are, but I wouldn't necessarily go too crazy on them right now. I think with the cards that we're getting and the Evos we're getting, there's going to be better players that you can go with if you've kind of not gone for them in this long or this amount of time already. Then we've obviously got the SBC storage cards. Nothing too crazy on them. I think obviously you've got some Evos as well with the likes of Lucas and Fleming as well, to be honest. Keane would throw himself in there as kind of just fodder picks at 50,000 coins. You're hardly breaking the bank for that. I think that would literally be like an 84 and an 85 or an 83 and an 84 that you're throwing away. It's not going to really have that much of an effect. So then we kind of look at the rest of the players. We've got a few big ones still to go. I know Barella's still in there, but if we look at Patry, 200,000, we obviously got, in the meantime, a Bellingham or a Bonmati pick. Both of them very good options. Obviously, Bon Mati's going to have the lovely links to Patry, and I think she still is a very, very good card that you can go with. Even if now that maybe you've got your midfield, you could throw her on the bench, and she could definitely have that impact as a sub still, so that's always a nice little work to go with. I think Carragher is going to be quite cheap enough, 76,000. Just throw him on the bench, or not throw him on the bench, throw in the SBC storage cards, and you should be able to grind them out pretty well. I do think Barella is going to be decent value as well. 300,000, I quite like him. I don't know if I'd quite go must complete unless you are running a Serie A team, but most definitely he is worth a look in if you're not necessarily going too crazy on the SBCs with some of the big ones like Vinny and Saka and Cruyff. Which leads us close to the new ones. I don't know how many we had previously. We've obviously got Nani, I want to say Nani then, Nani and obviously Salah still, 21 days, 17 days, plenty of time there. I really like Nani in this game. I think he's got a wonderful, wonderful card. The interesting part will be where can the evolutions take him on his base card. He's obviously got a 5-star already. Whether you'd want to go, like, you could get him to that 91 already, but it's not necessarily going to have the kind of impact that this card has. Like, obviously it's got a 5-5 in that. You've lost a little bit of pace, which is fine. You're gaining a bit more shooting. Passing wise is a little bit lower. Dribbling is a little bit lower. But this is kind of a card that you could get already if you've not finished or not going to finish the SBC. It's one rated higher, but then the arguments you've got, it's 145,000. So for me, I think with Nani, I personally would go for him. I think an evolution later on down the line could be really fantastic for this card because we don't know, is this the final Nani card we're getting? I would much rather Evo from this than start from scratch and then maybe waste an Evo for somebody else that doesn't get a card already so close to the kind of the higher rateds anyway. Plus, you're going to get press proven on him anyway, so I'd rather not go for that personally and go for something else instead. Then we've obviously got Salah. Honestly, he's not terrible. Again, he's kind of one of them ones because we had got Saka, and Saka does have the 4-4, I believe, whereas is it the 4-3? He's got the 3-star weak foot. Yeah, the 3-star weak foot on him. That's just a little bit low in my opinion for Salah right now. Granted, we did get the Globetrotter striker version, 1.8 mil with the 4-4 on the same day, which is a little bit sneaky. I think for Salah, because the Attack and Avalanche 2 is coming out, or should be coming out, with the right wing going up high rated, I personally would say he's maybe not a must complete right now. We then have got Mahrez, we have Dabina, and also Molina. So they're all going to be Globetrotters that have got I think they've got a few days left actually. We've got 8 days, 6 days, and 5 days. Mahrez, always a great shout, 79,000, very cheap. You got Molina coming in at 23,000. I think that is a very much must complete for the value that you're getting. And Dabina with a quick step is not terrible. I'd go, to be honest, I don't even think 80k at this point is going to break any bank. I would go with them in the SBC storage, and Dabina, to be honest, she's had nice cards in the past. She's just never been used, let's be real. Which throws us into the double player of the month in Omar, who I believe could go into the attacking option. No, it was the 84. So if you did his 84 player of the month, he could go to the 91 as well. That's obviously the previous player of the month rather than this one right now. So if you are doing that, that's always a possibility. But if you're looking at this 87, obviously there could be an evolution for him down the line like there was for the 84. So whether you'd see him to be worth completing as of now, I probably wouldn't. Like, I mean, he's only standard really. I'd kind of maybe say SBC storage at a best. I think with the evolution he could be quite good, but I'd probably just go from the storage. Just is a last minute for. Once you've kind of got your must completes out the way, you've double checked over the decent values and for, okay, I don't want any of them because they're a little bit more expensive, you can obviously start cracking through a lot of these cards that can get an evolution later on. They might not get another card, or they're just more fodder in the future for you. I think Jonathan David is very similar as well. He's got the rapid, which is always nice, and he's coming in at 95. But he's not going to be the card that you're going to put in your team straight away. He can obviously go into the press proven chip shot if you really wanted to, but you're not going to get a second evolution as of yet, so that will come in the future as well. I'd literally just go with the SBC storage. I don't think he would be a decent value as such because there's not really anything to go against with the players that we are actually getting right now. We then have Sane, great card for 160,000. 4-star, 5-star, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, phenomenal value. 160,000, comes in at 89, got the finesse shot, can play left and right mid, and then also right wing. For me, that is a phenomenal value card. If you're running a Bundesliga team, you're absolutely in luck for that one. Obviously, then you could go for another Bundesliga player in the attacking avalanche, like I think Gnabry can go in it, I want to say. Pretty sure Gnabry can go into that one. He might not be able to. I'm just guessing here. How do I spell his name? Gnabry? There he is. 82 rated. Oh, he's right mid. Oh, he could still go into it. Oh, no, it's not left wing. Can he not go into the acrobatic star? I don't think he can because he's got the 3 positions already. So that actually is a little bit of a letdown. But I'm pretty sure Coman can, because he's got the left wing. There you go. You got a link of Coman and obviously Sane. He does get the press proven as rapid press proven, unfortunately, but you could still make it work. Sane in the middle there. We've got plenty of Bundesliga cards coming through. It's a great partnership that you can go with. We then also have Madri, 41,000. We know where she's going realistically. And then we throw into Nuno Mendes, solid left back. He's got the quick step, which is going to be more of an attacking wing back, as we know. He kind of is just that pacey, got a bit of dribbling, little bit of defending physical, which has been upgraded, which is always nice. I'd go with decent value, to be honest. Which leads us to the final player on this list, Diego Forlan. Again, 122,000. Nice striker. He's got the Trivela Plus. Coming in with some nice stats upgrade. It's just a simple 1 upgrade. I don't see a bad thing with this card. I don't know if I'd quite go a must complete in my opinion. But he's most definitely coming in at the value where I'm like, okay, I like Forlan. I like how he plays. He's obviously got the 4-star, 5-star. He comes in with a great ability on the ball. If I'm not necessarily getting the strikers I want from any gamble upgrades or anything like that, then he could be a great replacement for some people that you've already got in your team. So let me know down below what you think about this list. Make sure you do like and subscribe. I tried to tailor the must complete a little bit because I must admit I saw last week's and it was a lot, even though you don't have to finish all of them, but they are worth looking at. I thought, yes, that can be quite confusing. Let me know your thoughts on it. Peace.